today. From Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's a special New Year's Eve edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Miami Dolphins versus Josh Allen and the Houston Oilers.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The excitement brewing here in South Florida. As a moment ago, the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with their opponents. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from Miami. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. A give to Jones. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
From the gun, Jackson. Throw on the right side, complete to Harrison. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Out to his left. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Dancing to his left. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
So many times we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Seibert's kick is good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. After marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Commanding the offense will be the 7th overall pick of the 2018 draft. It's Josh Allen.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-1 as opposed to the 2-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Yep. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The numbers for Brown from a week ago, there was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that that carries over this week as well. And
they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. He'll get 3 up to midfield. They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. On first down, Brown. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And meanwhile, Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line. Allen now looks to throw. He's got the first down inside the 10. That's caught. Touchdown! Dawson Knox with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Oilers have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their second drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
On second down, Pittman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jackson on first down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. They run the counter. Brown. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now it's Brown. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Now it's 2nd and 9. They give it to Brown. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Brown, and he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. 54 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. On first down, it's Brown. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. 5 yards remain on second down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Oilers have yet again retaken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Jackson on first down. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Jackson. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Jackson will throw again. And he will find his man on the end round. Complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And it's now 17-14. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. On play action, Allen, he'll air this one out deep for Davis. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And it's the Niners who have the lead as those two teams play the second quarter. A touchdown pass for Trey Lance in that one. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. A couple of touchdown passes there for Joe Burrow. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Bucks trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On the handoff, this is Brown. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll run on 1st down. It's Brown. 109 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. On 2nd down now. It's Brown, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Handing it off to Brown, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's a give to Brown. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Allen off the play fake. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A big-time sack there on 4th down. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Jackson now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harrison. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. After the interception, here's Jackson. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football, you've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
Jackson looking to throw on third. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. On play action, Allen. And that's caught inside the 35. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And this is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Oilers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Allen will try to throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Javon Holland. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Pittman had a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Things just got interesting. They try for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's got this down to the 35. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now Allen. They'll roll him out right. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. Allen to the goal line, but it's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch it.
And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
Allen It's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. Everything was riding on that two-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Miami's offense set and ready to go. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Jackson to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Jackson. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. Miami set to take over. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a few.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth. Here's Johnny Hacker now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And it's taken in at the 9. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run. It's Dorsett into the secondary past the 40. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. And they hand it off to Dorsett. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. On the give, this is Dorsett. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Allen trying to hurry everybody up to the line of scrimmage. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more. This time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
Again, it'll be Dorsett. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Dorsett. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. A couple extra tight ends are in. 3rd and goal from the 1. What can Allen do now with his drive? And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys in the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for our visitors, they get an important win here to move to 11-5 on the year. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. And with that, we sign off from Miami.